Good afternoon, students. Hope so I am audible. So today we are going to cover the epithelial tissue. So हम structural organization and animals में पहला part tissues में epithelial tissue cover करेंगे आज के session में. Okay. So let's study about it in detail. First of all, what is epithelial tissue? What do you mean by epithelial tissue? Epi means upon. Okay, and thelial means to rest. So this is the tissue which is resting on some other tissue. Okay, it always rests on some other tissue. Rest on other tissue. Clear? And they are tightly packed. Basically they are tightly packed with no intercellular space. Cells के बीच में space हमें देखने को नहीं मिलेंगी. Okay, tightly packed. No intercellular space. And they are avascular. Means A means here absent. So no supply of blood vessels. No blood supply. And they'll be having, wait a minute, let me draw here. Suppose this is the epithelial tissue. Okay, they'll have a basement membrane. This basement membrane on which it will lie. This basement membrane is again non-cellular, acellular or non-cellular, and it is made up of mucopolysaccharide and glycoprotein. It is made up of glycoprotein and mucopolysaccharide. Mucopolysaccharide. Clear? And basic function of epithelial tissue is covering, protection and lining. So it line the body surfaces as well as the cavities. Clear? It has a free surface which is facing the body fluid, or it can face the outer environment. The cells here are completely packed with minimum intercellular space. With less intercellular space, they are avascular, no blood supply, tightly packed, resting on other tissue, and basement membrane, which is a non-cellular acellular layer made up of glycoprotein and polysaccharide. So this is the basic information about epithelial tissue. Let's move ahead. So we are having two types of epithelial tissue. The first one is simple epithelial and the second one is compound epithelial. So जो simple epithelial है, यहाँ पर सिर्फ एक ही layer होता है cells का. Only single layer of cell will be present. Okay, single layer of cell which helps in absorption, secretion and diffusion. So this is as well as filtration. As well as filtration. Next is compound epithelium. It is multi-layered. Means multiple layers like this. Multiple layers of cell will be present, and its function is protection as well as protect the cell, protection against chemical and mechanical stress as well as covering. So this is the function of compound epithelium. ठीक है, समझ में आया? सिंपल एक ही लेयर है सेल का, फंक्शन है सेक्रीशन, अब्जॉर्प्शन, डिफ्यूजन, अब्जॉर्प्शन, फिल्ट्रेशन. कंपाउंड है मल्टी लेयर्ड, मेनली फंक्शन है प्रोटेक्शन अगेंस्ट केमिकल एंड मैकेनिकल स्ट्रेस. Let's study in detail about simple epithelium. So simple epithelial के three types हैं. Simple squamous epithelium, simple cuboidal epithelium and simple columnar epithelium. So let's study first about simple squamous epithelium. Now, this is also known as pavement epithelium. Why we are telling it pavement epithelium? Any idea? Because the cell of this squamous epithelium looks like tiles के शेप के होते हैं, इसलिए हम उनको पेवमेंट एपिथेलियम भी कहते हैं. ठीक है. The cells are flat. What is the cell shape? Based on shape we are dividing. Okay, so here the cell shape is flat and nucleus is also flat shape. Okay, nucleus is also flat shaped and it is present in center पे located है like this. Single thin layer of flat cells with irregular boundaries. Again, the boundaries will be irregular, not a regular boundary. Like this it will be. Irregular boundaries. Location where we can find them in the blood vessels, walls of blood vessel. If they are present in the walls of blood vessels, a special name is given to them, that is endothelium. As well as it is found in air sacs of lungs, alveoli. Alveoli में हमें देखने को मिलते हैं blood vessels, blood capillaries, glomerulus, Bowman capsule. Other examples also I am giving. Blood vessels done, alveoli done, glomerulus, Bowman's capsule. These are the place location where we can see squamous epithelium. The function is diffusion and filtration. So on the basis of shape हमने डिवाइड किया है 3 टाइप्स में. सो स्क्वामस एपिथेलियम को पेवमेंट एपिथेलियम भी कह रहे हैं क्योंकि इनके सेल का शेप फ्लैट है, न्यूक्लियस भी फ्लैट है और सेंट्रली लोकेटेड है. या और ये इरेगुलर बाउंड्रीज होते हैं सेल के. हमें कहाँ देखने को मिलता है? इन एंडोथेलियम, बेसिकली द वॉल्स ऑफ ब्लड वेसल्स, alveoli, glomerulus, Bowman capsule. The function of squamous epithelium is diffusion and filtration. Clear? Now let's move ahead with cuboidal epithelium. So here, why we are on the basis of shape we have divided in 3 types, right? So the shape here is cube shape है. Okay, cell का shape क्या है? Cube है और ये single layer है because it is included in a simple epithelium, no? So single layer of cube-like cells, and here the nucleus is round and center. Cube shape में है, nucleus round and centrally located है. Okay. This is the cuboidal epithelium, and here we can see simple cuboidal epithelium. We'll see in DCT, thyroid follicles. Okay, brush border epithelium भी होता है. Two more I'll write. Brush border, PCT. Okay, brush border epithelium. 1 minute. So where we are find 1 minute, let me note it down first. Brush bordered cuboidal epithelium. It's basically modifying. Okay, it's plasma membrane get folded into finger-like projection. Okay, that finger-like projection is known as microvilli or brush border, which is seen in PCT. Okay, so they have this microvilli, this one, which is nothing but the plasma membrane which is getting folded to form this projection, microvilli projection seen in PCT, brush border. And this microvilli helps in increasing the surface area for what? For absorption. Okay, for absorption it will increase the surface area, for secretion. Clear? as well as we can find the ciliated cuboidal also. Ciliated cuboidal is seen where in smaller bronchioles. Okay, ciliated cuboidal in smaller bronchioles for movement of substance mucus. So we are finding in ducts of gland, tubular part of nephron, which is the PCT. Major function is secretion and absorption. Okay, do remember the PCT, brush border epithelium, the microvilli, to increase the surface area for the absorption. Secretion is also included. Third type is simple columnar epithelium, the name itself, columnar. So here the shape of the cell will be tall, column ki tarah, pillar shaped. Okay, the cells here are tall. They are cylindrical cells with nucleus at the base. So here the nucleus is present at the base. Okay, tall है और cylindrical shape है और nucleus base पे present है. Clear? Uh, Again, their function is secretion and absorption, where we are finding this columnar epithelium in the lining of stomach, intestine. Okay, इनकी lining में हमें simple columnar epithelium देखने को मिलता है. What are the modifications? Uh, what are the modifications? Ciliated columnar epithelium, the name itself, ciliated. So it has the cilia. That cilia is helping to move the mucus as well as the particles. Way mucus and particles are moving easily in a one way direction. Okay, so how it's where we are finding it in bronchioles and fallopian tube. सो ब्रोंक्यूल्स और फेलोपियन ट्यूब में हमें सिलिएटेड कॉलमनर एपिथेलियम देखने को मिल रहा है, जो कि म्यूकस और पार्टिकल्स को फेलोपियन ट्यूब में ओवा को मूव करने में हेल्प कर रहा है. ओके, नॉन सिलिएटेड एपिथेलियम भी हमें देखने को मिलते हैं, जो कि डाइजेस्टिव ट्रैक में प्रेजेंट है फॉर द अब्जॉर्प्शन, लाइक जीआई ट्रैक में. क्लियर? फॉर सेक्रीशन एंड अब्जॉर्प्शन प्रोसेस. सो सिंपल एपिथेलियम, स्क्वामस एपिथेलियम का फंक्शन है फिल्ट्रेशन. Filtration is the function, yeah, and diffusion. And cuboidal function is secretion and absorption. Columnar also secretion and absorption. So see here the diagrams. So squamous epithelium, flat shape pavement epithelium, where we are finding in alveoli, blood vessels, glomerulus, Bowman capsule. Filtration and diffusion is a function. Then we have seen cube-like cells, the cuboidal epithelium. You see the nucleus is centrally located, round in shape. Brush border epithelium है. Sorry, brush border cuboidal epithelium seen in PCT. Do remember this example, very important. And third is this columnar epithelium. You see it's tall, the nucleus is present at the center, and we can see some thin hair like structure, nothing but the cilia. So cilia is helping in the movement of particle, and where we are finding it, we are finding in the trachea, basically the bronchioles में और fallopian tube में. Fallopian tube and bronchioles. This is about the simple epithelium. Now let's move ahead with one more type, the granular epithelium. So it is also a type of simple epithelium का ही type है. Okay, it's a type of simple epithelium. Specialized epithelium cell for secretion. Special function is secretion. Okay, it is of two types, unicellular and multicellular. Again, the word itself is indicating uni means only single cell. So isolated single glandular cell is present, seen in goblet cell of alimentary canal. Alimentary canal के goblet cell में हमें दिखाई देता है, and the function is the secretion of mucus. Mucus का secretion is the function of goblet cell. Then multicellular, many cells, cluster of secretory cells, where we are finding it in salivary gland. Okay, unicellular goblet cell and multicellular is the salivary gland. So see here, mode of on the basis of mode of secretion, they are again divided into three types, basically endocrine, exocrine, and an heterocrine also. First let's see about exocrine. So they have the duct, इनके पास में duct present है, और जो भी secretion है वो duct के through pass हो रही है. So देखो mucus, saliva, mucus, saliva, earwax, oil, milk, digestive enzyme, they all are getting secreted via duct. Okay, so secretions are released through duct. Then we have endocrine gland, which is a ductless, means directly they are pouring the secretion into the blood. So they secrete the hormones directly into the blood or intestinal fluid, like hypothalamus, pituitary, okay, thyroid, adrenal gland. All this comes under endocrine. And one more thing, heterocrine or mixed gland. Heterocrine or mixed, where we find it in pancreas, because it's functioning as both exo and endo. The part which is showing functioning as the exocrine is cell of acini. Okay, what these cells will do, they are going to secrete the pancreatic juice. And we have one more, एंडोक्राइन, दोनों की तरह एक्ट कर रहा है ना. तो एंडोक्राइन पार्ट जो कि हार्मोन रिलीज कर रहे हैं, हार्मोन्स कहाँ से रिलीज होते हैं, आइलेट्स ऑफ लैंगरहैंस. ओके, आइलेट्स ऑफ लैंगरहैंस secrete what, they secrete hormones. So this is about three different types of gland based on secretion included under granular epithelium. Moving further with compound epithelium, we have seen compound epithelium as multiple layers of cell. Okay, multi-layered. So more than one layer of cell. The function is protection against chemical and mechanical stress. And this compound epithelium again is of two type. Um, Transitional epithelium and stratified epithelium. So listen, transitional epithelium I will tell first. Transitional epithelium stretchable है, so हम इनको स्ट्रेच कर सकते हैं, वो एपिथेलियम को स्ट्रेच किया जा सकता है. स्ट्रेचेबल एपिथेलियम का कोई थिंक एंड टेल मी एनी. So it is stretchable. So where we can find it, we can find it in urinary bladder. You see, as the bladder get filled, stretched hota hai, we can hold it for some time, then maturation process happens. So stretchable transitional epithelium, do remember. Then we have this, all are the examples, stratified epithelium only. So next one is stratified epithelium. This stratified epithelium has basically they are non-stretchable, so we can't stretch it. And here we have a deposition of keratin protein. Okay, they are having keratin protein. Okay, so you see our skin is keratinized epithelium. They are having the keratin protein. It's the deposited, its composition is present there. That's why the surface area of skin is dry. Okay, so dry surface of skin is having this stratified epithelium. And we do have the moist stratified epithelium, moist surfaces भी होते हैं, जैसे कि buccal cavity, pharynx, duct of pancreatic and salivary gland. So they are what, they are soft surfaces. Limited role is in secretion and absorption. Okay, next, let's see the cell junctions in epithelium. So there are three types of cell junctions present in an epithelium: the tight junction, adhering junction, and gap junction. Okay, cells are held together by a specialized junction. Cells एक दूसरे से held हो रहे हैं. तो क्यों हो रहा है, क्योंकि उनके पास में स्पेशल जंक्शंस मौजूद है, लाइक द टाइट जंक्शन, जो कि जिसमें सेल्स टाइटली पैक है. ओके, दे आर टाइटली पैक, no leakage. एकदम टाइटली पैक, कॉम्पैक्टली पैक है, स्पेस ही हमें नजर नहीं आएगा. सो इट प्रिवेंट द लीकेज ऑफ सब्सटेंस बिटवीन द सेल्स. ओके, नो लीकेज बिटवीन टू सेल्स. इफ सपोज टू सेल्स आर देयर, उनके बीच में कुछ भी लीकेज नहीं हो सकता. ओके, नो लीकेज बिटवीन द सेल्स. between two cells there will be no leakage in tight junction. Next is adhering junction, मतलब ये communication में help करता है. Okay, no, not adhering, gap junction. Adhering junction, it act like a cement, cementing between the cells. Okay, holding the neighboring cells together. So if suppose these are the two cells, ये दो cells को एक दूसरे को होल्ड करके, मतलब सीमेंटिंग करके रखेंगे और होल्ड करके रखेंगे. ठीक है, सीमेंट कैसा, अगर हम दो ब्रिक्स के बीच में सीमेंट लगाए तो वो किस तरह से होल्ड करता है दो ब्रिक्स को, लाइक दैट एडहेरिंग फंक्शन, एडहेरिंग जंक्शन फंक्शंस. ओके, देन वी हैव द गैप जंक्शन, जो कि गैप है, सो वहां पे कम्युनिकेशन हो सकता है. ठीक है, तो इट्स अलाउ द कम्युनिकेशन बिटवीन सेल्स, परमिट ट्रांसफर ऑफ आयंस एंड स्मॉल मॉलिक्यूल्स. लाइक सपोज टू रूम्स आर देयर एंड इन दोनों रूम के बीच में खिड़की है. सो इस विंडो के थ्रू हम बात भी कर सकते हैं, कुछ ले सकते हैं, कुछ दे सकते हैं ना, लाइक वी कैन ट्रांसफर द थिंग्स एज वेल. सो यहाँ पर कम्युनिकेशन हो सकता है सेल्स के बीच में, आयंस मूव कर सकते हैं. ओके, and smaller molecules can also pass through it. So three types: tight, adhering and gap. By the name only we can understand its function easily. So let's summarize it. So we have seen simple squamous, which is having single layer of cells, also known as pavement epithelium. The function is diffusion and filtration. Location is alveoli, blood vessels, bone capsules, glomerulus. Then simple cuboidal, cube-like cells. The function is secretion, absorption. In kidney tubules, glands में हमें देखने को मिलता है. Simple columnar, tall cells. Function is secretion, absorption, where we can find simple columnar, stomach, intestine. And here in simple cuboidal, we do have one brush border cuboidal epithelium seen in PCT. Then simple columnar में एक और specialized है, ciliated columnar epithelium with the presence of cilia that moves the mucus and particles, seen in bronchioles and fallopian tube, important. Then granular epithelium, the function is secretory, so they'll be releasing the secretions. Goblet cells, which is a single cell, salivary one, the multicellular. Okay, then compound epithelium, multiple layers, the function is protection against chemical and mechanical stress, seen in skin, which is a stratified uh, non-stretchable epithelium. Then buccal cavity duct, they are the soft transitional epithelium. Then urinary bladder, which is example of transitional epithelium. We have seen the diagrams, this one, this is, you see, unicellular, only single cell. So goblet, ये multicellular, multiple cells है, तो salivary gland. This is the multiple layers present skin. So this is compound epithelium. This was all about the epithelium tissue in depth. So I'll be seeing you all in the next video, where we'll be discussing about the connective tissue. Okay, bye, take care.